Hey everybody, super dark and weird in here. Lots of dark clouds and storminess. So I move forward and then you can see, but then when I move forward, you can't see the table. So I'm going to do my best to balance this out. And here we are in Libra time. So that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Kind of makes sense. Balance, the night and the dark, the light and the dark, balance, balance, balance. So here we are in Libra season. Thank goodness. We are still in Mercury retrograde, however, and that is something that is playing a little bit of havoc. I don't know if some of you have really experienced it this time or not. I'd be interested to hear what you're thinking. So please drop a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your experiences. I'm going to use a new deck today, this Golden Foil Tarot, which is super cool. And we'll give that a shot. So let's see what message wants to come through. I'm sorry if the lighting is uneven. I'm doing my best to have you see the cards, and I know that that's important. So anyway, let's get going here. Let's get going. If you're part of Pathfinders and you missed yesterday's live, we did a burn ceremony for intention in Libra season, and I did a guided meditation for you in the equinox. So if you missed it, you'll get the replay, okay? Just so you know. Grace and gratitude. Fogged in. Boy, that Neptune square moon thing is really a big deal. Rejuvenating rain. Okay, good. Thank you. The rain is falling here quite handily. And I think part of the foundation of this is really to walk away when something is super frustrating. And I know Charlie's got his own lemon today. I've got my own lemon today. Those of you who don't know what that means, yesterday, the days are blurring together, but I talked a little bit about energy that's going on around you, and if you are trying to balance, part of the deal, and right now is that there's a lot of stuff that you are carrying around that's not yours. Okay, there's stuff you're carrying around that's not yours, and I've been getting that message a lot. That, I am 100% on board with radical acceptance and taking responsibility for where you are at the moment and all of that. It does, if you're feeling like you're attracting in energies that are negative ones or frustrating ones or whatever, I feel like this is a little bit of like iron sharpens iron. So we don't really get better at things until we have to. We don't really work on our improving our lives or improving a certain situation unless we have a problem, unless there's something in front of us that's like, I'm not okay with that, so I'm going to work to change it. And if that's what's going on for you right now, then Libra time is a wonderful time, a time of harmony and peace and balance. And it will bring up situations that are requiring you to maybe take a look at what you're doing. I definitely have lots of stuff going on right now. Some of you know that we are talking with YouTube. There's a lot of stuff going on with YouTube that is kind of messing with people's channels and stuff. And it's been an up and down experience for me. It's been a very challenging year in that regard, because I'm determined to stay as authentic as I can possibly be. And there are situations that are being created that are in many ways forcing an inauthenticity. And that's not what this channel's about. So I'm going to do my best to walk the line here and be my authentic self that you've been watching. And we'll just see where we go. Okay. All right. Hanged Man. Look at this deck. My God. The gold foil deck. Hanged Man. Look at that. It's like the energy moving around him. And this is a perfect example of, I don't know that there's anything to do. I think it is about changing your energy. And I have been working on that myself. So it's about changing, I don't know. Radical acceptance of what I talked about before. Radical acceptance and sort of letting go of things, that you know, I can control what I can control, and I can only control my actions. I can only control, and I can control how I'm responding to things. So first and foremost, authenticity coming in. The Ace of Swords showing up right now. The Temperance Angel, I love it. That Sagittarian energy of balance, which is going along with Libra, putting down anything that needs to be put down. Some of us are really pushing the river right now, and there's no need to do it. Six of Wands. I'm not sure you can even see these in this light. I'll hold them up and I'll do my best. Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Look at 10 and 10. Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups. So the 9 of Wands showing up here, the 3 of Swords, and the Chariot. That has shown up a lot for me in my own personal readings. And sometimes I share with you guys about what's going on with me, because it is a little bit, I'm getting the sense of it being like an object lesson that, hey, if I'm struggling with something, or if I'm, you know, exalting in something, or if I'm looking at something that is showing up for me, there's no doubt in my mind that part of my job is to share that with you. So when we're talking about our truth, we're talking about being able to stand up for ourselves and speak in a way that is measured and balanced. So interestingly enough, okay, so we're in Libra season, and that's the Justice card. Temperance is the Sagittarian card. And Temperance is really about wait and see. It's about take a deep breath, count to 10, you know, all of these things. Because yes, there are things going on that are outside of you, but also this is like nothing you can control. It's time to just put it down. It's like, well, all right, guess what? If YouTube's being weird, then TikTok, here we come, right? Like that's kind of, I'm, you know, gotta serve the audience, gotta do what is being asked of me. And in my own work, in my own life, in my own spiritual journey, it's like finding the methodology, finding the path of truth, of authenticity, and also of speaking what shows up, right? Speaking what shows up in the reading. So the 6 of Wands here is being shown because this is about, some of you might be frustrated or be in this hanged man spot and have this real need to dominate or win or control or something like that. And the Knight of Pentacles is kind of stopping, right? The Temperance energy is about wait and see. It is not about taking action. The only action can be internal action with your feelings, because it's the 2 of Cups there, right? The internal action of, how am I approaching this? How am I seeing things? And can I see things from a new perspective? Can I change how I'm looking at things? That changes the truth of things. All right. How I'm looking at things and the stories I'm telling myself, if they are about an old paradigm of pushing and, you know, really trying to get things done when the boat has stalled, right? There's no wind. There's no nothing. So it's kind of like, it's a little bit like the void. And this is like I'm going to win, but it's going to take me some time kind of thing. And I feel like in the void, or not in the void, in the vortex, things are going to show up. 10 of Cups that are coming from your true heart, your true soul, as you do the balancing and the releasing, that it's not about pushing harder. It's not about doing more. Okay. It is about letting go of what you thought you would be, or letting go of what you were trying to create, because that's not what the universe is asking of you right now. The universe, in order to move forward, the universe is asking something different. Okay. Is asking something different. And it is still happy and joyful, but it's not the way you thought. It's not the way you thought it was going to be. Okay. So 10 of Wands, if you keep pushing to make a thing, an old paradigm work, and it's not working, stop. All right. Whoopsie. Come here, Temperance. Stop. Stand still. And that is super frustrating, right? Like we're shaking our fist at the universe in terms of that. I'm going to look at, let me clarify the 10 of Wands. Ooh, I love this deck. Feels good in your hands. the Two of Swords, Page of Swords, Hermit energy. That's kind of nice. It really is kind of nice. Tower. The universe, some of you, the universe is trying to get you to hear the message that something needs to be blown up that is causing you too much stress, frustration, and isn't really bringing much to the table. Okay, so if you, especially in terms of relationships, because Libra, we're in the relationship time period right now. And if you have been working too hard, if you've been doing all the work and really pushing, really, and it feels, I'm going to say this, it feels like dragging Santa's sled across dirt and gravel and twigs and hickory switches and branches and empty milk cartons and every kind of nonsense on the ground, broken glass and everything. And you're like, but this is Santa's sleigh, for God's sake. This is Santa's sleigh. It's Santa's sleigh is supposed to be magic. Like, why isn't this working? And there is something, and it's interesting, I picked Santa's sleigh. Like, I don't know where that comes from. Sometimes I just say, I'm just here as a conduit, really. So Chariot moves, all right, quickly. But did you see in this deck, right, the two animals, the black and the white, the night and the dark, the Libra energy of balance has not quite yet been achieved because we still need to let go of the old way of doing things. It's sort of like, okay, universe, I hear you. I'm going to do what you're saying. And then you still try. You still try the old way. And listen, we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. Okay. So don't hurt yourself or beat yourself up about that. What's really being asked of us is to say, what's the wisdom of the message that's trying to be said? What is trying to be said to me right now by this lack of forward progress? And it's a big aha moment. All right. A big aha moment that we can have happiness and joy, and we don't have to do it the old fashioned way. The old fashioned way, I don't know. The old fashioned way is making us drag the sled across because this is the way we've always done it. And this is the way it needs to be. Lemon. This is the way it needs to be. This is how I've always done it. New ideas coming in, balancing ideas coming in. So let's keep going. I'm going to continue on with this. And I love the fact that the Hermit, the Virgo, showed up because there's a little tail energy of Virgo energy, a little tail energy of Virgo as I'm doing this reading right now. So let's see where we go. I'm interested in this Chariot and how to approach this now that we are dropping the old paradigm. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. Pathfinders, let's just keep moving, shall we? All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.